ball and stall their way and keep this thing close. They come out firing haymakers. Collin Hoben is their face-off man on the left. He's 58% this year. Andrew Tyeryar is the draw man for the Heels, who looks like he flinched. Tyer's got 7 goals on the season, including 3 against Brown and 2 against Dartmouth. So,
bouncer.
It's interesting. Head coach for High Point, John Torpy, said, yeah, we're going there, we're going to play on the field, and there's going to be a lot of slippage. The field looks great, but that first shot definitely accelerated off the grass. Here's Tyeryar looking for his 8th goal of the year. The face-off man from Northern Virginia, Andrew Tyeryar, scores again.
Tyeryar, I love his energy. Great job collecting that ball there. And then just putting in a great spot, top right corner.
Tyeryar had 3 against Brown, 1 against Duke, 2 against Dartmouth. He's staying on the field. That time he was cherry picking. He let the ground ball play out and he snuck behind the High Point wingmen. Tied up at 1, a good answer for the Tar Heels. Scramble is on and we have a whistle. Officials Chris Bynum, John Hennenberry, and Dave Tybel. Lawhead making the start today at the Carolina defense in place of injured Evan Egan, who was a game-time decision. Heard early in that Dartmouth game. Close defense for the Heels. Andrew Geppert, 9, the transfer from Brown. Paul Barton, 24, has had a strong season. And Lawhead comes off the bench tonight to start. It's a Carolina defense. That's the strength of the team this year. One of the top scoring defenses in the country.
They've been great this year on defense goals if they want to make this a tight one.
Matton's a high-end recruit, freshman from Gonzaga. 18 points so far this season, had 7 points against Dartmouth. Tyeryar does what he does, but the trail check puts the ball on the carpet. Big hits. This team's bringing the physicality tonight, and High Point should be awarded that ball as you look at Coach John Torpy. 11th season. He's led this team to 2 NCAA tournament bids. Hoben,
push up!
quadruple team, nice ground ball work by the Heels. Leif Hager up. Defense, we'll see zone, we'll see some shut-off. Coach Bresci has always been a big proponent of having multiple looks defensively.
Just that energy, too, that competitiveness that you see out of Coach Torpy. He learned that from Coach Bresci. And the 10-man, right?
They both grew up in Baltimore. As I said, Calvert Hall and Loyola have one of the greatest high school rivalries. They play a football game on Thanksgiving every year that gets 12 to 15,000 fans. Ball and an assist. It looked like Van Overbeek was actually moving behind the net to back up the shot. Oh, off the crossbar. Van Overbeek continues his strong season. The junior from St. Paul, which is kind of goalie friendly. They eat up bouncers, but not tonight. This is a well-packed grass surface with a little moisture on it. That is like a shooter's dream, isn't it?
Not much for the Dodgers, though. A lot of guys just slipping because they sent that slide so early and they didn't have the fill on the backside.
Bad slides without a 2 slide are going to cost you. You can make a bad slide, right, Jules, if your 2 is with you and you're all on the same page. But if you go and you don't have some, yeah, if you go and you're not working in a tandem, you got problems. Righty rip by Goldsmith. Aiton White, the transfer from Mercer. He's got 16 goals this season. Snappy release. He's not shy. Let me tell you.
They can keep that up and keep building that confidence from the midfield. It's going to really, really pay off as Carolina continues down the stretch.
Grad transfer from Bucknell, where he scored 30 points a year ago. Good size, 6'3", from St. Louis. I like the way he initiated contact, which created separation to free up his hands. So Carolina, teams don't really find their identities or reach their peak, let's say, until early April. It takes a while, especially if you're the Tar Heels. You've got an enormous sophomore class, a really talented group, the #1 rated freshman class a year ago. You bring in some
for him, but even a better finish, catching with his back foot, put in the top corner.
Collin Hoben wins that draw to himself for the moment, but you see the athleticism of the Carolina wing players, great speed. Ty English, two-way midi for Joe Bresci, puts the ball on the carpet with an inside roll, big smile. Ohio product, he and his twin brother Henry, one of 4 sets of twins on this roster. 5 sets of brothers. Love about that cut? Welford's got a shorty. He's up near the top of the box. Like, short stick defensive midfielders, they don't have the same kind of range. So when you cut a shorty, you got a good chance of being open.
It makes it really, really hard on those short sticks. If you have that perpetual motion, you keep moving.
Jules, he was always so thankful and grateful for being on the lacrosse field. And you see that in the way he plays 100% all the time.
Yeah, and he's been the heart and soul of this offense so far this year, the transfer from Ryan. And for me today, it's the balance. Seeing him start to quarterback a little bit more as opposed to just being that off-ball guy, that's really important for UNC to keep finding that kind of true quarterback.
Little pencil check on the far side by Marr. Now we have whistles.
Yes, 31 bucks. No, it wasn't loose, coach. You had it in the sink. That's why I was looking at it. 31 white,
Marr's going to get called for a hold here.
Table. 31 white. We go down. 36. 36.
I thought he actually got this check. He'll go over the head. Pro prospect Connor Marr. Watch this. Oof.
Marr, little ice pick action.
You know, I think he got the ice pick. He got him initially, and then they just stayed engaged. Another one of those grad transfers. Goldsmith from Mercer. Nice job by Collin Hoben winning that draw back to goalie Parker Green. Carolina will try to press ride, and they get a piece of that. Now the ball's on the carpet and comes up white. Ty English doing a good job tonight, making plays all over the stick side bouncer. The stick side bouncers are tough. Krieg's a lefty. That ball skims. He was on it. You could see Krieg saw it and was on it. It was really well placed. He was running to his left and shot it to the opposite side. So it's a tough move for the goalie if you're leaning. Tyeryar draws the flag, looking for his 9th goal of the season. A bit of a free
Defense to decide who they're going to cover in there.
cut, and if they're well defended, there's a massive skip pass up top to the guy up at the point of the 1-4. It becomes a 1-4. McGovern's putting up gigantic numbers tonight. Look at Carolina hustle. They got 4 white jerseys around this loose ball. Look at them. They're outnumbering High Point on all these scraps. When Carolina is good, when Carolina's championship caliber, they're athletic and they play fast. Marr draws 2. Righty from San Diego. Number 10 recruit last season, according to IL. What's his country music? He's that size, 6'4", 225. High Point calls timeout. McGovern's putting together a spectacular season. A grad transfer from Bryant. If you were with us at halftime, you saw his story. This young man who's persevered and fought through cystic fibrosis.
Ball with that just minor step, and eventually the slides are going to start to come. You'll see his quarterbacking ability come out as well.
Andrew Tyeryar on the right. Collin Hoben for High Point. Hoben's had a nice game. He's a really good face-off man. Coming into this game at 58%. Didn't get off to a great start last week at Georgetown, but Hoben has won his matchup the majority of games this season. Turnover by the Panthers. Carolina getting sloppy now with the rock as well.
Like you just mentioned, it gives you both sides. If you start closer to GLE, you kind of have to go top side unless you can really take a hard jab step, get your defender to overcommit so that you can go back underneath. Advertise in terms of his preparation and just approach the game. And it's no shock that he's bringing that to High Point in terms of his coaching.
Logan was a guy, who was mislabeled as a wing shooter because his skill set continued to grow and grow and grow.
That I've been looking for tonight.
12th goal of the season. He and Hunter Vines, probably their two most impactful midfielders off the dodge. That's a vicious shot against the lefty goalie. Put it in the coffee cup right off of Creek's right ear. That's going to be a flag. That's late and high. Potential transition for Carolina with a flag down. School. That's the school that NFL player Michael Orr of The Blind Side played at.
Fantastic movie. All-timer.
I met, when Michael played for the Ravens, I met his mom at a tailgate. He's a big man. Lacrosse in Tennessee's the ability to throw the ball on a line into the empty net it's apparent. We've seen this happen 3 or 4 times this weekend in men's college lacrosse. So if you're going to go 10-man, you got to get ball pressure.
And credit to Creed with the assist for Barton. You saw Barton smiling there. That was a fun one for him.
Barton's a high-end recruit, number 11.
Great job.
Twisters have become a part of every great goal scorer's arsenal.
I still struggle with the twister, Quinn.
Do you really?
That's not easy.
I don't have a left, so I have a right agreement. If you don't hack me on my ribs or my legs, I won't go to the goal. But the second you come after me, I'm going to make you pay.
Exactly. And sometimes you just make them pay regardless.
Graham Schwartz taking that face off for North Carolina.